Alright, back again. And today I just want to show some new pickups that I got recently. It's a pretty good one. I got it in a trade. Let's turn the camera over and see what we got. Alright, so I recently got these two Game Gear bags, but that's not it. Let's actually open them. Let's take a look at the small one first. Finally, I got a working Sega Game Gear system. I've been wanting one of these for like years. I had one in like 2006. Somebody gave it to me, but it never worked. No matter how hard we blew the games, it just never would work. It would just turn on and show a blank screen. But yeah, now I finally got one with some games. I traded a boxed NES system for it that I happen to have. And yeah, this came with so many accessories within these two bags. And I feel like it was a great deal for it, because considering how much I see Game Gears go for on their own. But yeah, here, let's start off with these manuals first, because I have them in my hand. So it's Sonic Triple Trouble Game Gear manual. This is probably one of those late Game Gear releases. That's why you can tell by how the manual is black and white. It's probably the Majesco, which, if you don't know, Majesco is a company that they pretty much were the ones selling the Sega Genesis and the Game Gear after 1998 or so. That's the company that made the Sega Genesis Model 3. It was Majesco, and they basically just used cheaper material for their stuff. That's how you know you have a Majesco re-release. If the manual is black and white, the cartridges are cheaper material, among other things. They also sold SNES games too, but anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, in this lot, I don't have this game. It's weird. I did actually have a copy of this game, but I sold a bunch of Game Gear games like a few months ago, and now I kind of regret it, because I didn't think I'd get a Game Gear at all, so I was just like, let me sell the games. But luckily, Game Gear games are pretty cheap, so I could just buy the ones I want. The TV tuner adapter manual. This is the TV tuner. Had one of these with my Game Gear from 2006 as well. Let's take it out. I don't know how to take this out. Unfortunately, these TV tuners will not work in this day and age after the 2009 switch from analog to digital. But what this would do is let you watch TV on your Game Gear with an antenna, since that's how TVs back in the day ran for the majority of people that didn't have cable. Which this would have been pretty cool to use, like, back in the day. Switch to UHF and VHF. I think UHF was where it was channel 2 to 13, and then VHF would go up to like channel 69. And here, the tuning. So a little knob, a little thing there. I don't know what this is. Oh, AV in, but I never seen this kind of port for AV before. Kind of unique, but I have seen videos of people actually using this port, and somebody would plugged an Xbox 360 into it. It was pretty cool. External antenna, which is what you're seeing there. What is it? Tint. Yeah, so you could fix the color, because sometimes antenna signal, it would come in really poorly. The colors would be all messed up, you know. But here's the back. And here I got this car adapter. It's pretty cool. I don't know what this port is. Let's see. Handy plug. It's probably just a generic. What is it? I'm assuming you could use this for anything. Or maybe you could plug two adapters into it at once. But either way, this is pretty cool. And here's the manual to Super Columns. I also don't have this game in this lot either. I've never actually played this game either, so if I buy the game, that'll be a cool experience. And here's the system itself, which hopefully it'll come back out. I had took all this stuff out before and had to put it back in. It's very annoying to take out. But yeah, here's the system. It has scratches and stuff, but you know, that's expected of an old handheld system. It doesn't have any batteries inside it, so unfortunately I can't show you that at this moment until I go and get some batteries downstairs, I guess. But yeah, but it has two face buttons, start button, and the D-pad, and the power LED, and the three colors, red, green, and blue, Game Gear for the RGB color screen, the mono speaker. I don't know what this is for. Cartridge slot, AC adapter, which this actually uses the same AC adapter that a Sega Genesis Model 2 uses. The power switch, and the link cable port. Well, it's probably called something else for the Game Gear, obviously, but and here's the headphone jack, volume. This was like one of the first colored screen handhelds, which compared to the Game Boy, which was only black and white, this was pretty cool for the time. The screen is also slightly bigger than a Game Boy screen, but it actually runs at the same resolution, which is kind of odd. So that means everything appears to be stretched. And now here are some of the games. I have Sonic Chaos, which I've been wanting this one for a while. I really like this one. It's actually the easiest Sonic game. It's in all these games are in plastic shells too, which is pretty cool. Here we have Sonic 2, which I have on the Master System. It's that version. It's a lot harder in here though, because of the screen crunch. Tom and Jerry, the movie, the game. Never played this one before. Here we have Aladdin. Never played this one. This is probably just a really trimmed down version of the Genesis version, as what tends to be a lot of Game Gear games. They're like trimmed down ports of Genesis games, and also exact ports of Master System games. Which I don't know if Aladdin was released on the Master System actually. It probably was, but I don't know. Because a lot of the Master System games after 1991 are all PAL exclusive. Mortal Kombat 2. This one is also on the Master System. Sonic Drift 2. It's strange that they called it that, and Sonic Drift 1 was never released in the US. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And the Lucky Dime Caper, Donald Duck. That's it for this carrying case. Let's open the other one. There's nothing in this pocket here. You know what's the funny part? That these cases alone are actually pretty pricey. Like this one, for example, I've seen it on eBay for like 20 bucks. And I've seen the other one for about 10, so that's already $30 value for these cases alone. And here is a bunch of accessories. Here we have the Game Gear Game Genie. Which, like with all Game Genies, you just put this in the system, then put the game in. Like, here, let's get a random game. Slide it right in. And you stick it in the Game Gear. And here we have a super wide gear. It's a magnifying lens. Looks like a little mini portable TV. And here we have another Game Gear lens, which is a lot smaller. And you just put the Game Gear inside it, I guess. And here we have a battery pack. This one doesn't work though. I actually have another battery pack too. Where did I put that one at? Hold on a moment. Well, here is also an AC adapter that I can use for the battery packs or the Game Gear. And this is the official Game Gear AC adapter, which, like I said, it's pretty much the exact same thing as a Model 2 Genesis AC adapter. And here is the Sega Power Bank, the other battery pack that I have, which this one attaches to the back of the Game Gear, and then you plug it in. This one actually works, but the battery life on it these days is very bad. I can only play with it for maybe like 30 minutes or so before it dies. But yeah, let me just show you a video, quick little video of the Game Gear actually powering on. Got some 6 AA batteries. That's the one thing about the Game Gear. They go through batteries very fast. Alright, so unfortunately I put new batteries in it and it didn't work. I don't know why. But I plugged the AC adapter in and I put Sonic 2 in, so let's turn it on. See, it shows the same thing that a Sega Genesis shows. Put the volume really loud. The one thing about this speaker is it's really loud. Yeah, this is annoying to play with one hand. The one thing I don't like about the Game Gear is there's no way that you can play it on a TV. Let's do the no jumping challenge of Sonic. Yeah, I cannot get far. Yeah, if you can't play the Game Gear on a TV unless you mod it. But it's not like the Game Boy where they have the Super Game Boy and the Game Boy player and stuff. The Game Gear had none of that. Which you might say, why, if all it was is just portable Master System hardware, which it sort of is. It pretty much has all Master System hardware in it. It just has a smaller screen resolution, but a better color palette than the Master System. It also supposedly has more colors than a Sega Genesis, which is why they didn't make a Game Gear adapter for it, where you could play Game Gear games on the TV. But nowadays, there's the Retron 5, I believe, lets you play Game Gear games. But unfortunately, since that's emulation pretty much, it's kind of defeats the purpose, and you could just get an emulator on like the Wii. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to show you all this stuff that I got. I thought it was a pretty nice deal. And as always, more to come. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Bye now.